Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial. Today I will show you how you can install Aircrack and Reaver. So Aircrack is pretty simple. Just type in yum install aircrack -ng and it's going to pick up the right version by default. So just go ahead and press enter. In Fedora, it runs through checks every time you call yum. You can pass a -c argument in order not to do that. It says package aircrack -ng is already installed and latest version. But if you might be prompted for a question along the way. If you want to skip that, just go ahead and type in -y. That's it. With this command that I am selecting at the moment, installation will fly through. You won't be prompted for any questions, and you will have aircrack-ng installed on your system without any problems. However, Reaver is quite a different story. Reaver cannot be found in Fedora's repositories, and therefore it has to be downloaded from the net. Now, there are lots of places to do this. I have chosen to download it from Google Code. That's basically the safest place from where you can download it. And let's just go ahead, open up my favorite browser, which is Firefox. You can open whatever you wish. Type in Reaver Google Code. Should pop up. Yep, this is it. There we go. Now we are on Google Code website where we have Reaver VPS. You have a description here, and you have a Pro version here. Basically, the difference between the Pro version and the one that we're getting for free is this graphical user interface, which, I mean, let's face it, if you're a pen tester, you or a white hat hacker, you're not going to be using that much of a GUI. I mean, pretty much not at all. Seeing this just means that it's going to try pins in a certain order, which is more likely to succeed than the default one, according to someone, but not necessarily true. And integrated WEP cracking, and as I said, you don't really need WEP. You're not going to be able to find it these days pretty much anywhere. If you do, as I said before, those people don't deserve to have Wi-Fi. It's basically open Wi-Fi, regardless of what sort of a password you put in. Make sure you're not one of those people. I mean, fine, okay, somebody's gonna be able to connect to your network and all that, but it opens up a route for a lot worse activity, for something more malicious. Let's put it so. They'll be able to reroute your traffic and do stuff of a kind and sniff it. Not a good idea. Just switch to VPA or VPA2. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and click on downloads in the upper left corner, and there are different versions here that can be downloaded. I mean, there are bug fixes. There are no fundamental differences in the way that Reaver works in between these versions, but there are bug fixes definitely, and that is very nice. It is maintained. The package, there's support for it, and so on. So just go ahead and click on Reaver 1.4.tar.gz, and it says reaver.tar.gz here, file description, etc. This is a checksum. You can use this in order to verify is your file intact, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to go ahead and download it. So once it is downloaded, you can go ahead and open up the folder in which it actually exists, and I have a lot of things here. Where is it? Here we go. So it says I have different versions that I have downloaded from different sites, but if you find this package that I am selecting for you at the moment, it says Reaver 1.4 FC20. The letters are pretty small, and this is maximum that I can zoom it in. Don't download it. It doesn't work that well at all. It tends to break, and the .rpm extension doesn't work quite as you would expect it to work. Just download it from Google Code and compile it from source. There's no reason why not to do it, especially when you have me showing you in detail how to do it. So just go ahead and double click on this file. You can extract it with a through a GUI method. It's far simpler. You can also extract it through the terminal, but I'm just going to go ahead and use GUI for this occasion. This is one of the advantages of Linux over Windows. By default, it will be able to unpack pretty much anything. Zip, tar, WinRAR, whatever, it's going to be able to unpack it, no problems, which is fantastic. No extra installation needed. This is all installed by default. So let's just go ahead and click on extract. Now where do I want it to extract? Let's say to desktop, because I'm going to delete it anyway, as I already do have it installed. So just go ahead and press OK. And right. No, give me desktop. Sorry for this. Okay, and yeah, I've just issued just told it to do it twice. Oh well, apply to all, override. We're not gonna lose a lot of time there. It's relatively fast. Okay, so let's just go ahead, go back to our terminal, navigate over to desktop. Oops, desktop, and I imagine I have a lot of things there. Nope, it's not this one. Okay, so CD home chronic desktop, enter ls, and do I have it here? Yep, there we go. So clear, oops, clear. Let me just show you that I do in fact have it. LL. It's much neater if I do it like this, and there we go. Reaver 1.4. Let's navigate over to that folder. Reaver 1.4, clear the screen, list the contents of the directory, go to docs first. Let's just go ahead and see what is there. And like, you might think that I am some sort of an expert or something of a kind, and that I just do these things out of my head. No. People create README files for a reason. They are there to be read because the developer has left specific instructions on how to do something. So let's just go ahead and cat it. Excellent. So the following are Reaver source files. So it has the description of what is located in each one of these files. So you have 802.11.c functions for reading, sending, and phrasing, 802.11 management frames. 802.11 is a standard, as I said before. But look at this. Look at this. The developer has actually, well, these are useless things for the time being, but the developer has actually left the entire installation process here. You have every single command that you need to run explained in detail, what it does and how you can type it in and execute it. This is wonderful, and that is why I say when you download something, when you unzip it, just go ahead and find the README file. It's there for a reason. People do tend to leave instructions there on how to do something, and they've most likely encountered the same problems that you might have encountered, so you can even see possible solutions. Anyway, you can check this inscription out, or not an inscription but the text. Reaver is only supported on Linux platforms, requires libcab, this libsql SQLite3, and one more. Can't really pronounce this. And can be built and installed by running the following commands. So execute the configuration script, make install. That's it. And it even tells you how to actually uninstall it. So they're there for a reason. Anyway, ls, of course you cannot run the configuration file from here. You need to reverse course and go to source from src. Let's see what is in there. There we go. We have configure, and you can see by default here it's executable. If I just give you a longer listing, configure, there you go. It has an X permission here, here, and here. So the user has it, the group has it as well. Anyway, type in /conf sorry, configure. So now it's checking for stuff. It has its dependencies without which it cannot function. Type in make. Up, there we go. It's running through. So I didn't do anything out of my head here. I just went on the web. I found the safest place I can find to download the code from, and I'm compiling it here as the creator, as the developer of the code instructed me to do it. And the instructions aren't that complicated, it's just 3 commands. And the final command is make install. Now it's going to give me a lot of errors here. Well, not errors, but warnings primarily, because I already have it installed. And see here it says RM. I need to clear this out and then be able to install this, but that's not going to happen, primarily because I do have Reaver installed. So let's just go ahead and check one more time if there's anything else that we've left out, if I can reach it. Down below. Yep, there we go. So no, I haven't left anything out. Basically, the last command for you will run. For me, it won't, primarily because I already have Reaver installed on my system. If there are any problems, feel free to post it in the question section. I will be more than happy to help you out. Let's just go ahead and clear this out. Let's test it. Let's see. So type in Reaver -- help. Excellent. It is installed, it is functional, it is responsive to our commands, and here is the syntax for Reaver. This is the basic syntax. Of course, you can pass all of these arguments to it, and there are quite a lot of them. Basically, what you say is -I for network interface and -B for BSSID, or for the MAC address. Simpler put quite simply, for the MAC address, here you have it. This is just a sample MAC address that has been generically placed here. And of course, we have, even for Reaver, -VV for double verbose output, which is fantastic. Let's just go ahead and clear the screen. That was a way in which you could have installed Aircrack and Reaver in Linux. But just in case you are a Windows user, I'll show you how to do it in Windows. Until then, I bid you farewell.